Hello, my friends. This is Julie from Diamond Cloud Studio. And I usually do a video like once every 2, 3 weeks, maybe even a month. But today, this is my fourth video that I've filmed. Now, I've only uploaded one to YouTube, but I'm thinking about uploading another one today. And then I'm going to try to hold these off for a week. But when I'm in the mood to record, I guess I should just record. So I just did my fashion smash book, and this is my cloud smash book. And again, it's the same book, the simple style, and it is the easiest smash book to use because there's not a lot of stuff that you're going to want to cover up on it. Here's a vintage picture that I've just got in the front, on the front page. Let's see. If you know me personally, probably not so much online, but I am obsessed with the sky. Night sky, daytime sky, doesn't matter, especially sunset sky. So I'm constantly looking at the sky. I love the clouds. So I decided to do a whole smash book on the clouds. So I used to have an Instax wide camera. I have since passed that on to a friend of my daughter's because I can't afford the film anymore. And I have a little mini Instax printer for the regular size camera, and I have a bunch of film left. It's all expired, but it still works. But when I finish those up, I'm going to give that away also because I cannot afford the pictures. They used to be about $1 a picture. Now they're running about $1.75 a photo, and that's just not in my budget anymore. But here, I used to take this out. These are all from Iowa, and I used to take pictures of the clouds. And I just had these left over, so I stuck them in this pocket. Here is a little letter from my sister telling me about how I inspired her to look at the clouds more because I was always talking about them. So I have that in there. I'm just going to stick these back in here. This book was also done in Iowa. So it's pre-2014 when I moved. The sun was out, the light was perfect, but now the sun kind of went under, so I hope this isn't too dark. I used a lot of scrapbooking supplies in this book and a lot of Instax pictures, Amy Tangerine letters. These are, I have to look. October afternoon mini market stickers. They are some of my favorite alphabet stickers. Of course, you can't get them anymore, and I still have a lot, but I wish I had more. I don't really buy scrapbooking stickers and stuff anymore because it is too expensive for me. Every once in a while, I go to Joann's and I get some stickers on sale. But other than that, I just can't afford it anymore. So this was also when I was first on Instagram. So if you remember way back, Instagram did borders, and I'm sure there's borders on some of these pictures, but also they're extremely affected, like super. The filters were just out of this world according to now. So Instagram's changed a lot. So most of these pictures are definitely Instagram to some point. Oh, this was started in 2013. This was a sunrise actually, and I am not a morning person. I used to be a wicked night owl. I would be up till 2, 3 in the morning almost every night, and sleep in the morning. I don't know if I said that right. Night owl, late at night. I was up late. But after my husband had his heart attack, I started going to bed with him, and he goes to bed at like 9:30 or 10. So not that I go to sleep, but I sit in bed and watch videos on my iPad. But I've kind of, over the years, gotten used to that, and I just don't stay up late anymore. So not that I'm really up to see the sunrise, but this was very unusual. But I am up. I get up at like 7, 8 now instead of like 9 or 10. So I am doing better. Here is some vintage stuff out of a book about weather. These are stickers, which aren't sticking very well. More of my books, more of my Instax pictures, and I don't know what these letters are, but this fish was on the page, so I didn't want to cover him up. So instead I found a way to incorporate even a fish into a book about the clouds and the sky, because I wrote, even the fish can look up and see the clouds. So that was fun to incorporate a fish to this. This is a print that I had in my shop about the cloud makers, and I made a photocopy of it and put it in here. This was a scrapbooking thing, and then I found this in some vintage weather book that said the long white cloud, and then I actually had a picture of a long white cloud, so I had to have that and add that in there. This was out of like some magazine about cloud cookies, which I thought was so cute, so that went in there. Here I did a vintage illustration with a picture, Iowa sunset, and a bunch of washi tape. Print Fresh Studio was one of my favorites for washi tape, and this is their tape. Here's some very affected pictures from Instagram. I really wish they had filters like this still. Very pretty. More scrapbooking stuff. A really pretty picture I took out my front window. This was just a vintage picture of the sun, and just use washi tape and scrapbooking. Stickers. I was very, very creative at this time. Here is a picture of my beloved kitty cat, Hershey. We had 3 cats when we lived in Iowa. We were there for 25 years. We had 3 cats. Over that time, she was my favorite, and I wrote this poem about her. She had already passed when I had made this, but she would follow me everywhere. And this is actually a picture of me sitting in our living room working on this book, and she's curled up right there on the book while I'm working, and I wrote this poem about her. I still miss her to this day so much. And I thought this cloud kind of looked like a heart, so I did a love letter written in the sky, and that's the October afternoon. Stickers. Here's some more very affected filters off of Instagram. Here is a picture, a vintage picture that I had, and I wrote a poem about this picture, and I put that in there, and it was called The Map in Her Mind, and I did the title like that. Sometimes it makes me sad to see how creative I was and how kind of uncreative I've gotten, because ever since I moved here 10 years ago, I just put all my focus into my Etsy shop and making collage kits. Not that that's not creative, but in a different way. And then when I was doing anything like this, I was just memory keeping. So I cannot wait to just get back and just do total creative fun things like this. Another vintage image, and just pink sunset. Here's just clouds. This here Instagrammed 7/21/13. So this was when I was just getting into Instagram, and doing hashtags was like a really big deal. So I did these silly hashtags about this picture. Here's some more Starry, Starry Night. That was out of a fashion magazine. Then I just did this little paper that says, Tonight I Want to Dream About, and I wrote about the stuff that I wanted to dream about. Here's another vintage image. So this is kind of, I sold weather kits in my shop. I sold cloud kits, thunderstorm kits. So this is what you would have found in one of my cloud kits. And so I put that in there. Some more Instax pictures. Here's a cute little collage-y thing I did. Picture plus clouds equal love. And just wrote about how much I love taking pictures on my Instax camera, which I did. Here's another little mini collage I did. I love this one. This one was so cute. Hello, I love you, Mr. Sky. I was more obsessed with the sky in Iowa than I am here. I think basically because where we're at right now, we're surrounded by trees. And so I can see a lot of sky when I go out on my balcony, but it's not like Iowa where you just have wide open sky and flat. Not from my house. There was a lot of trees, but it just a 5-minute drive out to the edge of town and you were just open, beautiful open sky. So I was much more obsessed with this. Okay, they're doing some mowing down away from my apartment, but not too far, so hopefully that's not too noisy, and I hope I can finish before they get up here, because then it's going to be really loud and ruin my video. I'm actually going to run and close my door because I have my windows open out in the rest of my room, so just give me 1 second. When you live in an apartment, there's constant noise. Usually it's UPS and FedEx trucks, but today they're mowing. So here's another little mini collage I did. Also, the sun is under. It seems to be getting darker. So I hope it's not too dark to see this. Here's some little poems I kept about the sky. Just another pink page. These numbers were already here. I just added this, pictures. This is a scrapbooking little paper picture. Blue skies. Here's a poem about a wandering cloud and about wondering if he would get stuck up on a star. If he wondered very far, would he get stuck up on a star? So that kind of inspired me to do this star background in washi tape. Here's just another, excuse me, vintage picture. Here is a cloud song, and no, I'm not going to sing it to you. Here is the winter sky. This was we had a huge tree outside of our big picture window, and this was taken in the winter, really beautiful. I love birds on wires, and this is some washi tape, but look at how that's yellowed. That was clear. That was like 14 years ago. So washi tape does discolor if it's clear. Here's just another really simple page I did. Another poem about looking and seeing shapes in the clouds. I don't know if that's something that you've done, but as a child, my mom taught me to do that. And so that's kind of a special memory. And I remember one time here I laid on the couch and the clouds, it was really windy and the clouds were moving by. And I found all these different shapes in the clouds, and I wrote them all down somewhere, but I don't know where they are. They should be in this book. Here I got really creative. This was something off of a bag, to seal a bag, and I added this on here. Here I added a postage stamp, a little tiny picture. I used to print out these little tiny square pictures. What is that, like 2 by 2? Oh, here's that page that I was mostly covered up in my fashion book. Here you can see it more, the orange. So I used a fox and just a lot of scrapbooking stuff, lots of washi tape. Not sure where this came from. Listen to the Alien Your Soul. I guess I thought this kind of looked like some kind of alien spaceship or something in the sky. This one just says on the page, you have found some really great stuff. So I used a bunch of those little square pictures and just added some other stickers. Here, more scrapbooking stuff. This is clear, so you can see how much that's yellow. That's not quite so bad. Here's another poem about pictures in the sky, and I use colored pencils and colored that in. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love black and white drawings. Okay, here's another poem, another picture, and then here's an insert in here that I did. This is a story about a bunny and what he does all day, and he finds a cloud that looks like him in the sky, and he talks to this cloud bunny And so I just had to add that into my book. And plus the illustrations in this book are just to die for. So beautiful. So I have that. Oh, the sun's back out, so that's good, a little bit brighter. Some more songs. Another picture. I must have taken pictures of the sky like every day. I don't know. This is out of a weather book. And then I got the name of the clouds there. And then I actually got a picture of the same kind of clouds. So that was really cool. Like to do more of that. Here is just another one of those very affected Instagram pictures. Here's just another one. Here's another one about happiness. Mother, don't you love the wind, and about the sky. And I colored it in with colored pencils, and it's so pretty. I just love doing that with the old vintage images. Here, this was out of a fashion magazine. You may say I'm a dreamer. I thought this looked like, well, it looks like the night sky, like out in the universe, but it was just an Instagram filter. Here's another picture of kids looking up at the clouds from a vintage book. Here I put in all my washi tape that had anything to do with clouds. Look at that little tiny one at the top. I do not have that anymore. Wow. I should have most of these still, unless I've used them all. Here's another beautiful vintage picture. And I wrote a letter to the sky. Dear Mr. Sky, I've loved you ever since I can remember. And I wrote him this little letter and signed it XOXO Julie. Here is a picture that was taken out in the country, and it's got the wires out in the country, the telephone wires. In Iowa, we still have telephone wires out in the country. In town, everything's buried, but out in the country, they're still there. So I love telephone wires. And here in Nashua, they're not buried because there's not room to bury lines. So everything is out here. Here's another poem about the pictures in the sky. And here is just a page that I stuck one on. This was on the front of a greeting card that either I think I gave it to my sister, and then when she passed away, I got all her stuff back and I used that in there. It says, let's curl up on a private cloud, having a picnic on a cloud. I can't think of anything better that I'd like to do. Here's just some more scrapbooking stuff. Again, a lot of scrapbooking stuff. Just had so much fun being so creative. Glitz Design, love them. I don't think they're a company anymore. So many scrapbooking companies went out of business. Just more scrapbooking stuff. I think the mowers are getting closer, so thankfully I'm almost to the end. This was in a friend's backyard. Some fall pictures of the sky. Here's some sky out on the lake when we would go out with them on their boat. So that's the end of this book, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing my Cloud Smash book. And I hope it inspires you to do something creative today, whatever it is. I just saw a news article that said arts and crafts make people happy. And I was like, wow, finally some good, truthful news about something good in the world, that arts and crafts make people happy. And I got to agree. So go out and do something fun today. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye.